Hey guys, Gavin, the transformation guru. Yes, I'm in the old stringer vest, and today I'm just going to briefly talk about the bodybuilding scene, why I allow myself to just chill for the last few years, and actually why it's done me a huge favour to just bulk up and get a bit fat. And it sounds completely random, but in the bodybuilding aesthetics world, condition and size and body proportion and so forth really matters. It really does. And the last time I went on stage, I knew I could have perhaps cut in that little bit harder. And I wanted to get a bit more width on my shoulders, and I spoke to a few of the pros at the show, and they said, yeah, you should work on your chest size a bit more, your shoulder width, you should look at the size of your arms. And literally I just allowed a few guys just rip my physique apart. So when you're in that game, it's important to, if you want to progress, you need to take criticism. It's part of life. But I decided to have a break from competing. In fact, I was going to retire from it back in 2018, just done the WBFF, massive achievement for me. One of the guys I was competing against had been on the international Team USA sprint squad. He ran against the likes of Usain Bolt. There was some extreme physiques, and I'm anti-drugs. I don't take them, and I'm not going to go into any more detail. It's in each to their own. But yeah, it's very hard to be a natural physique bodybuilder and get as much size as possible without putting body fat on. So a few things happened over the last few years, lost a few good people. We had COVID last year, and that was quite hard. But I've been into weightlifting since I was a 12-year-old boy. I've bought the first set of adjustable dumbbells, the Gold's Gym sort from Argos. Bought those when I was about 12. And yeah, funny enough, my company was probably the biggest seller of adjustable dumbbells last year, the Gym Being brand. So that was quite exciting. But most of last year, I wasn't too fussed about aesthetics, if I'm honest. I was more concerned with my family. I was more concerned about paying bills. It's not nice when the government says, you've got to close your business. It's like, what are you going to do? You're going to help me? No, sorry. Furlough? No, you can't give you that. We can lend you money. It's like, oh, great, thanks. But thankfully I got through, made it a focus last year to just graft on business, and I just also decided to go back to some very old school bodybuilding methods. So your traditional compound movements, your squats, your deadlifts, the likes of your pull-ups, your functional movements. But I also went from doing a lot of muscular endurance work and a lot of like high reps and conditioning sort of exercises to just going like blunt, hardcore 5 sets of 5. So I would single arm row, 120 kilos, 5 sets of 5 reps after warming up. I would do pull-ups with a weight between my legs. I would do some very heavy deadlifts in my gym and so forth. I was very fortunate as well that I've got my own studio and it's my workplace. So if anyone's wanting to criticise on that, well, bugger off. But the reality was that kept my head in the game last year. That kept me focused, and I just did no more than 4 sessions a week. In most weeks I just only did 3 sessions, but it was very old school. It was just going back to basics: chest press, shoulder press, a lateral raise. It was just simple exercises, simple movements, but again, 5 sets of 5. And I was in a huge calorific surplus. I was just eating whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted. I did eat healthily most of the time, but then if I wanted pizza, I'd have pizza. If I wanted a curry, Deliveroo became my best friend last year. And over the winter months, that was very stressful as well. I won't go into too much detail, but if you already know my story, I set up a shop and then I got closed down by the police and the district council. Thank you. And then opened at Christmas and then closed again in the new year. But thankfully, we pulled through with other things such as the sales of gym kit. And now the gyms are open, now I can focus more. I've said, right, that's it, enough's enough. I'm going back on the vein train, and this time I'm going to take it to a whole new level. I'm very fortunate that I've bulked up, and I'm quite proud to say this, to the similar levels of my peers and the people who I idolise. I'm 35 years of age, I've done it in a clean manner, I've never took a single sports enhancing drug in my life, and I've grafted since I was about 12 years of age, doing aesthetics and touching on bodybuilding. I've had to grow hard-earned muscle the hard way, and there's no easy way to describe it. It's just took a lot of years of graft. So there I was, 2018, that's it, had enough, going to retire from bodybuilding and doing aesthetics. 3 years on, I'm like, actually I've got a desire for it, kind of miss having the abs now, had a bit too much pizza, and recognised that I bulked up to the heaviest I've ever been at Christmas. It's a very hard time, drinking and eating too much, and yeah, I was doing my training and I was just doing heavy weights, but now I introduced a bit of cardio. Now I'm getting the muscles are starting to reveal themselves a bit more. The leaner I get, funnily enough, and the more ripped I get and the more my abs start popping, the more people start reaching out to me and start asking me questions about fitness and how to get ripped. And it's like, I've been around for the last 16 years in the industry, but we live in a vain world, what can I say? The reality is this year is going to be a tough year. It's still uncertain, still don't know what the government's going to do from one week to the next, but I've decided to go hardcore or go home. My training is, I've amplified it, so to get myself fitter and leaner, I'm doing, like today I did an hour and a half of walking, I did 50 miles of walking last week. Just a nice slow pace, headphones, clear my head, and went through some tough changes recently in work and personal life, so yeah, I decided to get super fit, get what does it call it, shredded or ripped or whatever, this summer, and practice what I preach. So I'm a 35-year-old male who spent since the age of 12 grafting to build the physique that he's finally happy with, and now I'm going to shred down, and I'm not aiming to just turn up at these shows now, I'm aiming to win these shows. I'm very fortunate to have worked with some really good coaches over the years, and I've also gone through a lot of hardships as well, so I can harness that pain and that frustration into my training. So right now, hour at least of walking a day, doing weights 5 days a week, still doing the strength. Now I'm introducing a drop set at the end of each exercise. Do some bit of abs and core work every workout, and then I'll do a bit of light cardio afterwards. And probably for only about half an hour, 40 minutes after my weights. Eventually I'll start building up to an hour. So I'm doing 2 hours of cardio a day, 1 hour of walking, and then an hour of very light cardio. Twice a week I'm going to do HIIT workouts, so I'll start cutting even more. But it's, again, I don't want to just go really skinny. I've worked really hard to build up some serious size in recent years, so it's important to retain it where possible. And I'm only going to do that through good solid nutrition and a decent strategy. Ironically, when I start cutting more, my supplements increase, so that's important. And it's going to be an interesting year. It's going to be really interesting because I was on the vein train for about the ages of 12 to pretty much 3 years ago. I had a few blips along the way, but most of my life I've been very lean, ascetic, and with a six-pack. Last 3 years, didn't care too much. I had a few issues to deal with. Lost 4 people within 3 months. Had to deal with COVID. Had a few health concerns, but you just get up and get on. And this year is going to be an amazing year. So thanks for watching. If you like what I'm about, hit the subscribe button, give the thumb give the thumb up on the video. I guess in a roundabout sort of way, I'm trying to highlight that nothing in life ever comes easy. Building muscle is never easy, especially in a healthy manner. And in a day and age of social influencers wanting to show these amazing gains, and look, let's be honest, to put on some serious mass, some serious size, you can't just go into a bulk season for a few months, 6 months, even a year. You need to do a couple of years at it. I did it for 3 years solid, and actually the reason why I'm now thinking, freaking hell, I need to get back on the competing side of things, I actually feel like I've got a firmer chance of winning, because the amount of effort that I've put in, and without realising it, built a better foundation really. So yeah, I think I'm trying to just, in a roundabout sort of way, say that nothing comes easy, and there is no such thing as instant gratification when it comes to designing the dream physique. If you're looking at some of the guys in the industry that you idolise, they've been grafting for 10, 20 years. In some cases, they've been taking additional things, but we're not going to touch on that too much in this video. So again, if you like what I'm about, hit the subscribe, and make sure to follow this year's transformation. I'm doing an immediate transformation, my lockdown transformation. I'm going to put a video up on that soon, and then I'm going to do my competition lockdown. Sorry, from lockdown transformation to my competition transformation, and then I'll show my lockdown physique at the start of the year when I look terrible, to being on stage shredded. So there we go. Thank you for watching. That's a bit more about myself today, and I hope you're enjoying the sun wherever you may be. Have a great day. Thank you for watching.